Hi, it's Reen from Embroidery Garden, and I've got a new In the Hoop Designer software tutorial for you. We're going to take one of the custom built-in towel holders and change it to have a sunflower applique. A kitchen towel hangs over the oven handle, and then the ends of the towel slide through the opening here to hold it onto the handle so that it doesn't slide off. I'm going to give you a close-up look. So we're going to be adding the sunflower applique. We're going to add these motif stitches, and we're going to change out the quilting. Let's get started. Let's make the project. I have In the Hoop Designer software open, and I'm going to click on the In the Hoop wizard in the upper left. It opens up the wizard. Under Template, I'm going to click Open, and we're going to drop down to Kitchen, and I'm going to choose the towel holder 2, click OK. It puts it in the wizard. Here's where you can change things if you want. You can change the size, you can change the designs that are on here, you can change the text, etc. If you need to know how to stitch it out, click Instructions. It's up a PDF with step-by-step instructions that you can either print out or follow along on your computer. I'm not going to make any changes in the wizard. I'm just going to click OK and put the design on the workspace. I know for my design, I'm not going to be having any built-in designs or lettering on it, so I'm just going to go ahead and select these and hit delete to get them off of the screen. So to make the sunflower, I went into the shapes category, dropped down to Flora, and chose flower number 6. Click OK, and it puts it on the screen. I'm going to resize this because actually I'm only going to use half of the flower. So let me kind of get it the size that I want it to be, that it's going to fit down along the bottom of the towel holder. And I kind of think that looks good. Let me zoom out a little bit. Now, this is a graphic. This is just a drawing. These are not stitches. Since I only want half of the sunflower, while this is selected, I'm going to choose the eraser tool, and I'm going to erase the parts I don't want. Now, it looks like it's erasing that satin stitch there. It's not really, because if I just let off of the eraser, you see that it didn't erase any of that satin stitching. It's only erasing the graphic. Make sure that you get every little bit of it. So this is going to be an applique. Let me select it. And right now these two pieces, the petals and the inner circle here, are grouped together. I'm just going to come up here and click break apart so I can work with both of these separately. I kind of think that this center here is a little bit small, so I'm just going to drag it out and kind of size it how I want it to be. And all I'm doing is kind of just making it a little bit bigger. I'm going to click on the petal part, and then I'm going to come up to the top to the little green fabric piece. This is the applique maker here. I'm going to use the drop-down menu and click applique, and you can see it turned it into an applique. I'm going to go ahead and just click one of these yellows down at the bottom palette just to make it yellow. And then now I'm going to make it fit the screen so you can see it a little bit better. So there are a couple of things here. When you click on the petals, it opens up the applique window in the upper right. Let's say you didn't want it to be a satin stitch, you wanted a blanket stitch. Well, you can change it if you want, or a tackle twill, or use a motif stitch. It defaults to an applique width of 3.5. I like mine a little bit wider, so I'm going to make it 4, and I'm going to click apply. So it just kind of beefed it up a little bit. I'm going to zoom in on this bottom part so we can see it a little bit better. All right, now if you look over here on this side, on the right-hand side at the bottom, you see the satin stitches, they're coming a little bit too far. This will be inside of this outer satin stitching here. So it's a little bit long. So let's click the select tool and select it. And let's click the shape tool. This is going to let us edit this outline. And if we look over here, you see when I get close to this red dot, this is where it stops stitching. So I'm just going to move it out of the way because I need to get to these stitches down here. So I think there looks like two. I can delete one of those. And I'm going to take this other one and I'm going to move it up a little bit. Now, if you move a node that had a stop, which is a red circle, or a start over it, put it back on top or underneath that node. Now when I hit select again, you're going to see that it is now a little bit shorter, and once we change the order of this, this satin stitch here will be underneath this final outline stitch. But look at this line here, and let's zoom in a little bit more on this area here. Now this yellow line, this is the tack down of our applique. If we come over here to the sequence view, here's our applique. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to break up path. This is so we can work with just this tack down. The first part of any applique, of course, is the placement, and that line is not part of the placement. If I click tack down, you can see that it grabs that line. So our tack down needs to be down here, hidden within this final satin stitch outline, this kind of reddish line here. So to move that, I'm going to click the edit tool, the shape tool. It's going to allow me to edit the points going around. I'm just going to put the cursor on the line, kind of in the middle of it, right click and click add point. And then I'm going to bring this down. Okay, when I come over here, grab this point, I can move it a little bit. Remember, this is the tack down. And I might want to right click, add a point, and kind of move that down. And all I'm doing right here is I'm shaping this little corner. Do the same thing over here. When I put my cursor here, you see there is a green dot when I do it, so I'm just going to move that out of the way. I'm going to move the red dot out of the way so I can get to this little node down here. Now again, remember I said whenever you move a node, put the red dot and the green dot back on top of it. Let me go ahead and click to add a point, right click, add a point. You can kind of shape it a little bit. Again, the goal is to keep this inside of this satin stitch here. I'm going to bring this point down, just kind of shape this corner. And now when I hit the select key, you can see that the tack down is now down here. It's in the center of this final outline stitch. Now we still have to move it. We still have to reorder the design, but first let's work on the inner part, the part that's going to be like the sunflower center. So I've selected it. Again, I'm going to right click on it, convert, applique, opens up the applique window. Again, if you wanted a different type of finishing stitch, choose it. Again, I like mine to be a little bit wider, so I'm going to beef it up to 4. And I'm going to come down to my color palette and I'm just going to change it to a brown. Now if we look here again, and let me zoom in on this area a little bit closer, you can see that our tack down, it is underneath the final outline stitch, but it's a little close over here in this area. I'm going to come over to the sequence window. I'm going to select the flower center. I'm going to right click, break up path. Then when I hit the plus button in front of it, we have our run stitch, we have our tack down, and then the applique. So again, I want to move this run or this tack down. So I'm going to choose the tack down, go over to the left, grab the shape tool, and just kind of bring that node down a little bit. Now when I hit the select icon, you can see that it's moved it down further. That's going to make it be hidden underneath that final stitch. Let me zoom back out. To fix it, I'm going to select the quilting. Again, go back up to the shape tool so we can edit points. As selected the quilting goes all the way around. So I'm going to come back down to the center here, right click on the line, add a point. I'm going to bring it all the way up here to the center of that petal stitching. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit the select tool so you can kind of see what I'm starting to do. Notice the quilting is gone from the majority of the flower, but we still have areas and we're going to fix those. I just wanted you to see how it was starting to change. So again, with the quilting selected, I'm going to take the shape tool, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding points along here. I'm going to just right click on the line, left click, add a point, to add them all around here. All right, then I'm going to start to move them. So this one's going to go here, and notice when I moved it, the goal is to keep these lines in the center of the satin stitch. So let me move this one up here. I'm going to move this one down. This one's already kind of in position. Move this one a little bit. And I'm going to take this dot and move it over here. Now we have to do some more shaping. Cursor on the point, the node, I can right click and click line. And you see how it made it like a straight line here basically. And then all I'm going to do is kind of move these around. If I need to add another point, I'm going to add a point. I'm going to zoom in so you can see kind of close up what I'm doing here. Get that edit tool again. Now, you know, the quilting is very close to the edge of that satin stitch going around, so I'm just going to add a point there and basically move it. Okay, everything looks good here. I can click here, make that a line. And again, as long as this line that I'm moving, that I'm editing right now, is in the center of the satin stitch, I'm good. Let me right click on this one, click line, move it down. You can grab the little handles of the nodes and play with them and move them. So this looks good over here, but I still have to come over here to this other side and get rid of this. And we're going to do the exact same thing. The quilting is selected. I'm going to take the edit tool, the shape tool, right click, add a point, move it down, right click, add a point. I can move it up. Just keep repeating that process. And again, the goal is to keep everything in the center of the petals. And I need to kind of fix this a little bit, okay? And if I choose one of these nodes, click line, you can see that it straightens it out for me. Add a point, kind of make that curved. Let me go over here, click line, bring it down. If there's anything that you don't like, you think, oh, that might be a little close, just right click, add a point, and then move it. I'm going to come to this one, I'm going to make it a line. And everything looks good. The line is in the center of that satin stitch. And now when I hit the select tool, you can see that everything is now gone from that area. Let me zoom back out. Around the center here, I put some little candle wicking stitches just to add a little bit more interest. To do that, I'm going to come up to the drawing tool. I'm going to choose ellipse. I'm going to hold down my shift key and I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to select it. We're going to move it over here. And I just want it to be a little bit bigger than the flower center. All right, when I get it the size that I want it to be, what I think it should be, I'm going to right click and convert it to a run. Come over when it opens up the run window in the upper right, drop down to motif, and then I use candle wick number 2, and I set it for 5, the pattern length, and click apply. All right, now that looks good. I kind of like that. I'm going to zoom in down here. Now, of course, we don't need the candle wick hanging down. I just wanted to make sure that I had it the size that I needed it to be. I can choose the eraser. And again, I can erase it. And all I have to do is kind of grab that line in the center. I need to move the screen. Let me grab that eraser. And anything that is like red like this, make sure you delete it all. All right, looks like everything is gone. Let me zoom back out again. Let me select it, change it to a lighter brown, and we're going to zoom in again because I sized it to kind of be where it was sitting right on top of that. So let me take the select tool. See how I got the little points now sitting on top? This is just how I wanted it to look. So that's what I did. And all I'm doing is taking these corner nodes, just moving it over a little bit, taking the top one, make it how you want it to be. All right, and I think that looks good. Maybe I'll come over here a little bit. Now, if it doesn't conform to the shape doing it this way, again, go back to your shape tool and you can grab the nodes and move them this way. But remember, again, if you move the red or green circle, start and stop, off of top of a node, put it back on it. If you look at the sequence window in the bottom right, you'll notice that that motif stitch is last, and that's because we added it. Now we're going to want that to stitch right after it does the satin stitch of the center. So I'm going to grab those little candle wick dots, hold down the left mouse and drag it up so that it stitches right after the satin stitch of the center. Let me zoom back out. Now, remember we changed the quilting, getting it out from underneath the petals. If you want to change it, you can still change it. Click on it, select it. It opens up the motif window. You can drop down. Maybe you want stippling. Maybe you want, something else. I'm going to still use a motif. I'm going to come down to, let's see, motif 172. And the pattern length, I think I changed to 24. Click apply. And one thing I always like to do too, with the quilting selected, click the shape tool, and you are going to see a yellow line here. Now this changes direction. You can see as I'm moving it, you can see the angle changing. Let's see, I think I just left mine at 90. A lot of times I wait till I get to my machine and just change colors there. I'm going to go ahead and do there. If you want to change this, these two last satin stitches, you can do that. And that's how I created the sunflower towel holder.